Tensions rise as South Africa defends deportation of Kenyan nationals amid U.S. diplomatic warning. Diplomatic tensions are escalating between South Africa and the United States following the deportation of 7 Kenyan nationals in Johannesburg, a move Pretoria insists was carried out strictly within the bounds of domestic immigration law. The South African government has firmly rejected accusations of wrongdoing after the Department of Home Affairs arrested and deported the Kenyan nationals for violating their conditions of their tourist visas. According to authorities, the individuals were found working illegally in South Africa without valid work permits. Speaking on behalf of the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, spokesperson Crispin Phiri said the state would not compromise its sovereignty, nor will it undermine the rule of law. These individuals were engaged in work without the necessary permits. The government will not negotiate its sovereignty, nor will it undermine the rule of law, Phiri stated. Intelligence-led operation in Johannesburg. The arrests followed an intelligence-driven operation conducted in Johannesburg in collaboration with multiple law enforcement agencies. Officials say the Kenyan nationals had entered South Africa on tourist visas but were later employed at a facility involved in processing applications for refugees destined for the United States. Home Affairs revealed that prior applications seeking authorization for the Kenyan nationals to legally perform refugee vetting work had already been declined. Despite this, the individuals were allegedly found carrying out those duties in direct violation of their visa conditions. Following their arrest, deportation orders were issued, and the 7 individuals have been barred from re-entering South Africa for a period of 5 years. Data leak allegations rejected. The situation escalated further after allegations emerged suggesting that private information belonging to U.S. officials may have been leaked during or after the Johannesburg operation. DIRCO has categorically rejected these claims, describing them as unsubstantiated and misleading. South Africa treats matters of data security with the utmost seriousness and operates under strict legal and diplomatic protocols. We reject any suggestion of state involvement in the leaking of private information, Phiri said. He added that official diplomatic channels have been opened with Washington to seek clarity and ensure that bilateral relations remain grounded in mutual respect and factual dialogue. The United States Embassy in Pretoria issued a sharply worded statement condemning the South African government's actions. The embassy alleged that U.S. officials performing humanitarian duties related to Afrikaner refugee processing were detained during the operation. The embassy further accused South Africa of releasing passport information belonging to U.S. officials, a move it described as harassment and intimidation. The United States will not tolerate such behavior towards its officials or citizens legally and peacefully operating abroad, the statement read. Washington warned that failure to hold those responsible accountable would result in what it termed severe consequences, though no specific actions were outlined. Broader context, Afrikaner refugee debate. The diplomatic fallout comes against the backdrop of a controversial refugee program initiated earlier this year, under which a group of white South African Afrikaners were officially received in the United States as refugees. The move sparked widespread debate inside South Africa, with critics questioning the classification of Afrikaners as refugees, while supporters argued the program addressed alleged safety concerns. The arrival of the group in the United States was publicly welcomed at Dulles International Airport, further intensifying political and diplomatic sensitivities around the issue. Balancing law enforcement and diplomacy. South Africa maintains that the enforcement of immigration laws must remain separate from diplomatic pressure, insisting that no country is exempt from domestic legal frameworks. At the same time, officials say efforts are underway to de-escalate tensions through diplomatic engagement, stressing that South Africa values its relationship with the United States while defending its constitutional mandate. As discussions continue behind closed doors, the incident highlights the increasingly complex intersection of migration policy, geopolitics, and international diplomacy.